Hi guys, and welcome back to another tutorial. So on this video we're going to do the sewing part of this curved princess darts blouse. If you missed the last video where I showed you how to draft it out, I'll have it linked up here so you can go check it out. But for this video we're going to do the sewing part. With that being said, let us get straight into this tutorial. So I'm going ahead to iron interfacing on all the fabric pieces. I also did the same thing for the lining piece as well. Now we want to go ahead to add our breast pad, and this is the wording I'm going to use. I'm going to layer it twice just to get the effect that I want. So I'm going to have it unfold and cut out each piece. So each sides are going to have 2 layers. I hope you understand. So I'm folding this and I'm going to cut out the sides first, and then we're going to move on to cut out. So just watch closely and you understand what we're doing. So for the center part, I'm going to trim out a bit of excess from this top part because we don't want this part to be too thick when we're joining it together. Now I'm going to secure this on both sides by sewing them down, or you can use interfacing to just iron it down to make sure they're staying in place. I've done the same thing for the sides here, and then we're going to move on to start stitching this together. But first we're going to attach the lace to the main bodies. Now I've gone ahead to attach the lace. As you can see, we want to go ahead now to start sewing this together. I'm going to hold both sides here, and then I'm going to pin it down. So I'm going to pin this from top to bottom, and then we're going to take this to the machine to sew. So this is how we're going to sew this. We're going to stitch it down along this line, following this all the way up, and then we're going to do the same thing for the opposite side as well. So after sewing, this is what we have. You want to make sure the cup is kicking very well, and then this is what it's looking like. I'm going to follow the same procedure, and I'm going to fix the opposite side. After which we're going to iron and then work on our back pieces. So for the back pieces, I'm just going to hold them together and then stitch it along the sides by 1/2 inch. I'm going to pin this together just to secure it in place, and then we're going to go ahead to stitch this down. And then remember that whatever we're doing here, we're going to repeat that same process for the lining pieces as well. After sewing, this is what we have. We are going to repeat the same process for the opposite side and the lining pieces as well. Now I'm going to take this to the ironing board to just iron out all the seams and do the same thing for the front piece as well. After which, this is what we have. This is the front part, and this is what it's looking like. This is what the inner part is looking like after giving it a good press. If you can watch closely, you see that I also went ahead to mark my body measurements divided by 2 at the front part of the blouse. So I'm just placing the back piece right sides facing each other with the front piece so we can join them together by the sides. So I'm going to repeat the same process for the lining piece as well. After sewing, this is what it's looking like. You can see this is the main fabric piece. Now I'm going to go ahead to just notch the sides just so everything stays very well when we flip it over to the right side, especially at this waist area here that I'm notching. And then I'm going to go ahead to trim out the excesses I have around the sides. Next, I'm going to top stitch along the sides here just so that joining stays in place. I've already gone ahead to do it on the opposite side, which is what we have here. So I'm going to do this now for this other side. So here I just went ahead to top stitch on it so the joining stays in place. So we're going to do that now and work on the lining piece. So for the lining piece, before we go ahead to attach the back pieces to the front piece, we want to go ahead to prep this for our loops, because we're not going to add our regular eyelets. We're going to create loops around the side. So we're going to stitch down our bonings along this part. So let's go to the machine. So you can see here that I'm just stitching down my boning at the edge of the back piece, the lining piece. So I'm going to stitch this all the way down. So you just want to watch closely at what I'm doing and you'll understand. And if you have any questions, do not forget to leave it in the comment section below. Now after stitching down the boning, here I'm just marking the space I want for my loops. So you just want to space it out. The space I used here was 1 inch spacing. So you can do 0.75, you can do 1 inch, but you don't want to make it 1.5 inch because it's going to be too wide. So I'm just marking this 1 inch apart all the way to the top. After creating the marks, this is what we have. I went ahead to use my marker so you see this clearly. Now I'm going to use my pins and just place my pins here along the parts where I have the bigger pins, just so when you're wrapping your fabric straps around the pins, it stays better. This pin was small, so I found it a bit harder to wrap my loops around, but I'm basically just going to pin this along where I have the mark all the way up. After I was done adding all the pins, this is what it's looking like. Now I'm going to go ahead to use the fabric strap I went ahead to sew and wrap it around the pins. You want to make sure your fabric strap is very tiny and very slim to give a very neat effect. So we're starting from the top part. I'm just folding this like this, and then we're going to connect it to the second one. I'm going to connect this and then take it upwards, and that is why I said you want to use those bigger pins. You will not find it as hard as I did if you're working with those bigger pins. So I'm going to wrap it down like this, and then after wrapping this like so, I'm going to connect it back to the third pin we have there. So you're just going to continue connecting this and wrapping them all the way till you get to the very end. So because my pins were not big enough to hold the strap while I was wrapping them, I decided to just wrap and stitch, wrap and stitch. So just watch closely. I'm just going to stitch down the parts that I've gone ahead to wrap, and then I'm going to continue wrapping them and stitching it as I go. So I hope you understand. So once I get to the third part where I've not wrapped, I'm going to wrap it and then stitch it, and then move on to the next part, wrap it and then stitch it all the way till we get to the bottom part. So we're going to continue this process till we are done with this part and do the same thing for the opposite side. See this part here, you can see that this is the part where I've stitched on, and then when you flip it inwards like this is what you want to have at the sides. So we're going to continue doing this for the remaining parts all the way down. So after we're done stitching it down, this is what we have. You can see how neatly laid they look. We're going to repeat the same process for the other side, and then we're going to attach the lining pieces together, the lining pieces for the front and the lining pieces for the back together at the sides. So we're going to do that so that we can join the lining piece and the main fabric piece together. So this is the main fabric piece after we were done, and then this is the lining piece. You can see that I've gone ahead to stitch the loops on both sides. Now we want to close them up together. So I'm going to hold everything together, right sides facing each other, and we're going to pin them equally to make sure that all the joinings are aligning together where they're supposed to be. After pinning everything together, we want to go ahead to stitch this along the sides all the way down. Now when you want to stitch along this part where we have our boning, you normally want to stitch at the edge here, but because of the loops, we're going to stitch at this point here. So I'm going to take my stitching line from the inner part where we have the boning here. So that is where we're going to start sewing from, and then we're going to stitch this all the way to the other side. So I hope you understand what I mean. So you can see here that I'm stitching this from this point here, and then we're going to take this all the way up and then just finish this, stitch this down the way you would join your lining and your main fabric piece together. This is basically self-explanatory. Once you're watching this, you're going to understand. If you miss anything, you can just go back and rewatch it so you understand better. After adding the joinings together, this is what we have. I also went ahead to add straps along the shoulder areas. So this is what it's looking like on the outer part. We're going to go ahead now to trim out the excesses we have along this part and then just flip it over to the right side. After trimming out the excesses, we want to go ahead to flip this over to the right side and then just press everything out so that everything is laying perfectly. So this is the strap I mentioned earlier that I attached at the back part. We're going to connect this now to the front part and just stitch it down. The same thing for the opposite side as well. But before we do that, we want to go ahead to press everything down and make sure everything is nicely seated. So I've gone ahead now to flip this over to the right side and give everything a good press. You can see what the back piece is looking like, and then look at how neat the inner part is looking like as well. Now I'm bringing in my hemming gum, and I just want to place this inside of the blouse to just press everything down so that everything is staying in place. This is totally optional. You can skip this step if you'd like to, but I just prefer the effect that it gives whenever I just iron everything together. So I'm going to just cut out the amount of hemming gum that I will need, and I'm going to insert it inside of the blouse and then press it down. After ironing this, I'm just going to go ahead to pipe the bottom part of the blouse so we finish this up. So I'm going to finish up the ironing for this part and then pipe it and come back to show you guys the final results. So guys, this is the final result. I also went ahead to make the skirt part to attach it to the top to make it a dress. You want to stay tuned for the video where I show you how I was able to cut and sew the lower part of this dress. With that being said, we've come to the end of this tutorial. If you found it helpful in any way, do not forget to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not yet subscribed already, and I will see you guys on the next one. If you enjoy watching videos like this, you're also going to enjoy watching this one up here, so you can go check it out. Bye guys.